standing by at the Nigerian Stock Exchange is David Bajomo, and as I said, he's the Executive Director at NSC, and he'll be discussing the Nigerian Stock Exchange Capital Market Correspondence Brief to restrict the dissemination of market data by third parties. So let's start with that. Ade, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome, Didi.
Okay, now let's start on focusing on this news. It would be interesting to know why this is being done now and what has led to this new development.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the question. Firstly, let me just clarify to the wider market participants and all interested in the Nigerian market that we're actually not restricting the dissemination of information. We're actually encouraging a wider spread use of those information. For us, really, the prolific access to data by the wider market is an essential component of the transformation that we are actually undergoing over the past couple of years. We want market data to remain free, to remain widely accessible, and to be as real-time as possible for the investing public. In this respect, we actually, as you probably know, implemented a near real-time ticker on our website so that market participants, especially in the retail segment, those who cannot afford real-time data can actually go onto the real-time ticker and actually see the prices of any stocks that they wish to buy before they buy it and after they buy it. I believe that creates an unparalleled level of transparency in our market. We also provide a set of about 10 reports, end-of-day reports, you know, price gainers and losers, etc., on our website. So market data will remain free for the vast majority of our retail clients. What we are, however, asking our broker-dealers to do, in line with our general market practice, is that those who distribute the data of the exchange should enter into appropriate agreement with the exchange, which governs the terms of the data distribution. So we have a number of market data vendors, you know, the normal global people or the global providers and the local providers. And we're just encouraging our broker-dealer community to enter into the relevant agreements. If people choose to distribute data, we have a market data package which is at a very competitive price to our broker-dealer community, but they don't have to take this package. They can actually point back to our website, and they and indeed the investing public can continue to receive the data free of charge, and they get more real-time data, and they get a much more deeper and quality set of data.
Okay, but let's talk more about the plans to actually charge. I mean, what sort of cost are we talking about here? I mean, I hear that it is a discounted talk. You did mention, you know, this being a normal practice for global stock exchanges. A lot of people are talking about how, you know, perhaps we're not that sophisticated a market for this yet.
In fact, the charging for market data is not a new practice in the Nigerian market. It's actually a well-established practice. The normal global people subscribe to data via global providers. These agreements are standard agreements, really. You know, there are bodies, FISD is one that actually, if you like, provide sets of baseline criteria, which makes these standards or these agreements very uniform from exchange to exchange. So if people require, for example, real-time data, you know, there is a price to that. If you're an index creator and you want to create a new index based on the data of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, there's a price to that. If you want to distribute, as many of our broker-dealer firms do, they do not have to pay for the data. They can actually simply provide the appropriate links via their email to their clients. If they want to distribute, there's a one-off annual fee, I believe it's $5,000, which they can actually subscribe to. And that gives them unlimited distribution capability to the wider market. But like I stressed, they do not have to incur that charge at all. They can basically pick these from our website, and the investing public can pick this from our website, including our near real-time data, which we believe is excellent value.
Okay, now I'd like to talk about the reaction that this is getting so far. I think a lot of people, you know, were initially worried because, you know, people felt that this would actually affect the market because obviously, you know, we weren't too clear about what exactly was going on. So what exactly is the sort of reaction you're getting from broker firms, dealer firms, and tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, I think clearly we've got a number of people who are asking the questions, and what we're keen to do is to provide a clarification, across the entire market segment that market data at the Nigerian Stock Exchange remains free to the vast majority of investing public. The quality and the service levels in terms of our market data provision remains a priority and is second to none, or at least is comparable with many of the comparative industry, and we provide a wide range and a wealth of data on our website. So even if we park market data, the one that's causing a lot of, if you like, the inquiries, which I hope I have addressed pretty sufficiently aside, there are other data which the investing public should actually be looking at on our website. We have an ex-compliance report that shows the status of the listed companies in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I believe we're probably the only exchange within our region that is doing something close to that. That report allows you to see which companies have reported on time, which ones have not reported on time, and whatever sanctions the exchange is putting on those companies. We think those are vital for investors to make good decisions, and also the companies that are compliant as well, very key. We have a report called Broker Tracks. That's again free of charge. It's on our website, and you can see the compliant brokers, you can see the non-compliant brokers. So I think those actions hopefully demonstrate our commitment to making sure data remains accessible, widespread, and free of charge as much as is possible to the retail end of the market.